Hey, what's up guys? Alright, so as I'm recording this video, the leaks or the early leaks for Black Clover Chapter 316 have just dropped about 20 minutes prior on Twitter. You can find them by searching up hashtag BC Spoilers on Twitter. But yeah, based on these leaked images, which we don't have a summary for just yet, and I'm guessing by the time this video goes up, the summary will probably be out knowing my luck. But based off of these images alone, we really don't even need a summary for the chapter because the images, which is pretty much the entire chapter from what I can see, is pretty much self-explanatory about what's going to be happening in this chapter. Now we'll get into that in just a second, but I do want to mention we also don't have a page count. But again, going off of what I've seen from the leaked images, it looks like this chapter is going to have at least 2 to 3 double page spreads, so I'm going to guess that this page count is going to be around 10 to 13 pages for this chapter, which isn't much, but from what I've seen from the images, if you haven't seen them for yourself, go look it up. But from what I've seen from the images, this chapter is going to be straight fire. So it doesn't matter that it's going to be shorter, because on the one hand, it looks like this chapter is going to have some epic double page spreads, and then on the other hand, it looks like this chapter, regardless of it being shorter than most, is going to be a huge payoff to a lot of fans, especially fans of Asta and Yami. Anyway, jumping right into the leaked images, which by the way, I actually have Twitter pulled up right now, that's why my face probably looks like it's glowing a little bit more from my laptop screen. But just as I'm pulling up Twitter again, it looks like Black Clover is actually trending right now. It's among my top 3 trending things right now with 3,209 tweets, so let's fucking go for Black Clover. So trying to keep things in sequential order, it looks like the first image that's going to be taking place in the chapter is going to be Asta and Liebe on that cliffside that we saw them in the last chapter, holding the Demon Slasher sword. And basically, next going into that, there's a little conversation between the two of them that's happening. Then we get to see Asta transform into his Devil Union, which the way, I'm pretty sure it's just the wings that he has, but the way Tabata draws it in the transformation page, which is by the way a double page spread from what I could tell, it looks like Asta is wearing a cloak like how Yami has. And that is great imagery for this entire chapter because damn, this entire chapter is kind of like a passing of the torch or a homage from Asta to Yami. And then the next image I see, again trying to keep everything in sequential order, so you might see a few jumps here and there in the video of me trying to just find the video or find the images in the order I think they're supposed to be in. But next is Asta doing a few practice swings with the Demon Slasher sword. And then the next image, from what I can tell, is going to be a huge, beautiful double page spread of Asta slashing the devil Lucifer, or the, you know, semi-manifested Lucifer who's in this like worm devil body, in half using a brand new technique from his Demon Slasher sword, Demon Slasher Infinity Slash Equinox. So again, this entire chapter, like I said, is basically just going to be Asta paying homage to his trainer, to his master, to his captain, Yami. And you know what? I am digging what I'm seeing from this chapter just as much as I did when we got to see Asta and Yami team up to fight against Dante, because this is showing just how much of a relationship these two characters have, the master and student. And I gotta say that when it comes down to it, Asta and Yami, their relationship might be my favorite master-student relationship out of every Shonen Jump character I've seen, or at least in the series that I've read. And I can really only think of one that actually kind of rivals them, and that would be Naruto and Jiraiya. Actually, you know what? I'm tripping. There's also Deku and All Might, but you know what? Regardless of those two other pairs, regardless of Deku and All Might and Naruto and Jiraiya, Asta and Yami to me are like the top tier, the peak of master-student relationships. And I cannot wait to see, as long as the series continues. I'm sure that this is not the final arc, but as long as the series continues, I would love to see exactly just how much more they develop and how much they encompass each other in the next few chapters or next few arcs. Now, getting back to the spoilers, a quick tidbit about the Demon Slasher Infinity Slash Equinox that someone actually mentioned on Twitter. The reason why, because of the fact that we gotta remember that Yami and William are also enveloped in this like worm, Devil Lucifer manifestation thing. And the reason why the two of them don't get injured or attacked or hurt at all by this slash that Asta's throwing at Devil Lucifer is because of the fact that apparently the Demon Slasher has the ability, this is the, I guess, a hidden ability that the Demon Slasher has, like every other sword has that Asta has, but apparently the ability that this sword has is that it will not harm anything that Asta doesn't want to harm. Which I guess means in kind of like a situation where, say, Marie were to get kidnapped and her kidnapper was basically holding her against him to basically keep Asta from attacking him, then Asta could just basically pull out the Demon Slasher sword and just cut through Marie without harming her and hit her kidnapper. And you know what? That's actually kind of a dope ability if that's actually what the sword actually can do. Now, I'm just taking this off of Twitter, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. This is just what some random person on Twitter said. But if that's actually the true ability of the sword, which, by the way, I've been trying to, because I figured in this chapter we'd actually find out what the ability the sword has is. So I've been trying to, like, rack my brain about what kind of ability it could have. And this wasn't even on the list. This wasn't even on the radar of things I thought it could actually do. So I'm actually kind of hyped to find out this is the ability that it has, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how Asta uses that in future battles. Now, getting back to the last 2 spoiler images I have here, going again in sequential order, it looks like we get to see after Asta slashes Lucifer, we get to see William and Yami fall from the sky, and it looks like William is still unconscious, but Yami is conscious, but he can't stop himself from falling. And this is when we actually get to see apparently Nock is actually going to jump in and save it to him. And that's pretty much it for the spoiler images. Now, like I said, that's it for as I'm recording this video. By the time this video goes up, there's probably going to be a summary and a few more pages leaked out. But what I've seen from this chapter already from the leaked images under the hashtag BC spoilers, this is enough. I already know what's going to be happening in the chapter. I'm hyped to read the chapter tomorrow, or not tomorrow, to read the chapter on Friday. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to get into it. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. You should look forward to my review. It's either going to be coming out Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure exactly what day it's going to be coming out, but look forward to it nonetheless. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.